Hi, this is Andrew for Geek News Central, and this afternoon I wanted to talk to you a little bit about premium smartphone cases. Now, just about everyone keeps their smartphone in a case, from a simple bumper case to something more advanced like a folio case with credit cards in the front. Everyone does it, and it's a good idea because it protects the phone from wear and tear when it's in your pocket or your handbag, and it also provides some level of protection if you have the misfortune to drop it. Now you can get smartphone cases just about everywhere these days, from mobile phone stores through to eBay and Amazon. Now the vast majority of those will be made from some kind of plastic. Quite often they're called PU cases, which is for polyurethane. And while some of them are really good kind of facsimiles of materials like leather, I tend to prefer the real thing. And here we have two leather cases from suppliers that I've used in the past. Now I've bought these themselves through with my own money. These weren't review items. And I tend to buy, I've bought quite a few cases from a company called Stilgut. They're a German company. And then I've also more recently bought a case from a French company, which I think is pronounced Noreve. They're based out of Saint-Tropez in France, so you can kind of imagine the glorious beach, the blue sea, all those kinds of things. Now the leather cases certainly aren't cheap. The Stilgut ones typically cost about £30, whereas the Noreve cases start at €65, so maybe think about £60. But there's no doubt that the Noreve cases, they really go full on for the luxury. Your case comes in a nice Noreve branded box, and it also comes with a nice little Noreve pouch. So they go full on for the, if you like, the luxury experience. But is that 60 quid here, worth more than the 30 quid here? Let's take a look at more detail. Okay, so we've got our two cases here. We've got the one from Stilgut and we've got the one from Noreve. Now, for a bit of context, both these cases would have been used for about a year, so you're going to see roughly the same amount of wear with both of them. But let's just take a look over the one from Stilgut. Now, the Stilgut one's got the, if you like, the leather cover, and you've got nice stitching down the side here. You've got kind of like I wouldn't quite say a velour, but a soft finish here on the inside. And then you've got a hard shell kind of case on the back here, again with a bit of a soft velvety touch to it. And you've got the leather covering the back as well. I think this case was originally from perhaps a OnePlus 3T, something like that. Now, a couple of points to note. The backing here isn't particularly thin, and you can kind of see that if I put a bit of pressure on it, it will flex a little bit there. You've got a clip here that will keep the case closed when you've got the smartphone in it. And overall, it's a nice case. It's reasonably low profile. Doesn't add that much extra bulk to the phone itself, and slips nicely into a jacket pocket or maybe into a purse. Now, Stilgut provide just really the basics in terms of colours. You pretty much have your black and you have your brown. There's not a vast range in terms of the colours that I've looked at. They do quite a range in terms of the kind of, does it open this way? Does it open this, down the way? Is there a clip on the side? So there's a bit of choice there. On the other hand, we've got the one from Noreve. This definitely has a bit more substance to it. I mean, it certainly does have a lovely leather finish to it, but it is a good bit thicker. And if you look here, you can kind of see the back of it, and the same amount of force really doesn't cause that much distortion in the Noreve case. Again, you've got a lovely finish on the inside. It's not soft touch in the same way. I mean, this looks to be some kind of leather finish, and again, you have nice stitching on the inside here. So this is, I'd say, it does add a bit more bulk to a phone. It's perhaps less suited to slipping into a jacket pocket. Now, what you will notice here is that there's obviously been a bit more wear here as I'm kind of opening it with my thumb. It probably slightly reflects a slightly firmer closure on the phone than the Stilgut one as well. But you do have, I mean, with both these cases, you do tend to have to take a little bit of care with them, given that they're leather. I tend to use something like this to keep things in good condition, and it's probably time to do a bit of work there, just to make sure it's still looking the best. I did lay it down on a surface that was a bit damp or had some kind of chemical on it. You can kind of see there's been a bit of a discoloration there. I'd say that's probably more my fault than any issue with Noreve itself, or the cases itself. As I mentioned, the Noreve case is definitely the more expensive. It starts at €65, but Noreve offer a vast array of colours and of finishes and of different types, and whether it's padded, whether it has crisscross hatching or diamond hatching on it. So if you really are looking for a luxury product, then the Noreve one's the one to go and have a look at, albeit that you do have to realise that you do get this extra thickness. Now, one thing to note, the extra thickness in my experience does prevent any phones with wireless charging from using the wireless charging effectively. It kind of initiates the charging but then slightly peters out over time. Now, to be fair to Stilgut, I haven't had a phone with wireless charging with their products, but with a bit of jury rigging and just slotting another phone in here, I did kind of find that I could make the phone wirelessly charge through the Stilgut case, even though it was a bit of a bodge fit. So those are the two cases I've used, the Stilgut and the Noreve. This is my most recent purchase. I think having used this one and kind of recognising, perhaps, although it does feel really nice, or recognising the slightly larger bulk, I think for my next purchase I will be going back to the Stilgut cases, just really because it fits more neatly into my jacket pocket, to be honest. Right, so we've had a look at these two premium cases from Stilgut and also from Noreve. If you want, something a little bit more luxurious for your phone, do take a look at both of them. As I said, this one here, if you can live with really just black and brown, and you want something that's doesn't add much bulk to the phone for putting in your pocket, I would definitely check out Stilgut. If you're wanting real kind of as luxurious, well, I don't know if it's as luxurious as it comes, but if you're wanting something that is, definitely a premium product with lots of choices of colours and finish, do check out Noreve. They are a bit more expensive. They do sometimes have 10% off offers, so keep your eye out for those. But do bear in mind that there can be issues with wireless charging through the slightly thicker case. Okay, so this is Andrew for Geek News Central. Thanks very much.